Okay, let's look at some example problems. So here's the first problem. The table shows the heights of 4 mountains. This side tells us the mountains, and this tells us how tall it is in feet. So the Noshak mountain is 24,580 feet. The Haramosh mountain is 24,308 feet. The K12 mountain is 24,370 feet. The Changsti mountain is 24,747 feet. We are trying to find out which lists the mountains in order from tallest to shortest. And you'll see this time, instead of them putting the numbers, they actually just tell us the names. So we're going to have to play with the numbers to actually figure out which ones go in order from tallest to shortest, or biggest to smallest, and then use the names to help us. So, just like we've been doing, we're going to put these numbers into expanded form. But before we do that, we're going to cover up those answer choices because I don't want to look at them right now. So, I have already broken our numbers into expanded form. Noshak was 24,580, which is 20,000 plus 4,000 plus 500 plus 80. Haramosh is 24,308, so that is 24,000 plus 4,000 plus 300 plus 8. K12 is 24,370, which is 20,000 plus 4,000 plus 300 plus 70. And the Changsti is 24,747, which is 20,000 plus 4,000 plus 700 plus 40 plus 7. Now we are able to actually compare these numbers and put them in order from tallest to shortest. Now remember, I want to see the tallest, which is the biggest. So I'm going to compare my numbers, and I'm going to start with my 10,000s place. So I have 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, 20,000. Those are all the same. It doesn't really help me. Then I have 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Again, those are all the same. It doesn't really help me. 500, 300, 300, 700. That does help me because they are, even though these 300s are the same, the other ones are different. So I'm able to look at it. So if I'm looking at it, 500, 300, 300, 700, which one's the biggest number? That's right, 700 is the biggest number, which means that the Changsti mountains are the biggest or tallest mountains. So you'll see over here, I have a spot that says order from greatest to least. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this one has to be first because it's the biggest. Now, I'm not going to even look at this number anymore because I already know it's the biggest. So now again, I'm going to look at these 3 mountains. 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, same, doesn't help me at all. 4,000, 4,000, 4,000, the same, doesn't help me at all. 500, 300, 300, those are different. So, which one's the biggest, 500 or 300? That's right, 500. So that means over here, I'm going to say that Noshak has to be second. Now, I'm going to look at these two. So I know that I have 20,000, 20,000, same, doesn't help me. 4,000, 4,000, same, doesn't help me. 30 and 70, I'm sorry, 30, nope, I'll try again. 300 and 300, there we go. 300 and 300, that doesn't help me. This says 8 and this says 70. Well, which one's bigger, 8 or 70? That's right, 70 is bigger. So since 70 is bigger, it's going to be my next one. So that means it's number 3. And finally, the Haramosh is going to be number 4. So now we know the order. So we know that the Changsti is first, Noshak is 2, K12 is 3, and Haramosh is 4. So we can use this information to help us answer our question. So I'm going to go ahead and uncover my answers. And I'm going to look. So I'm looking for whichever one has Changsti first. So if it doesn't say Changsti first, I'm going to get rid of it. Well, A says Noshak first. So you know what? I'm crossing it off. B says K12 first. So I'm crossing it off. C says Changsti first. So I'm going to leave it alone. D says Haramosh first. So I'm going to cross it off. Maybe, if my computer will work. There it goes. Now, the only one I'm left with is Changsti, but I'm not going to just circle it. I'm going to make sure I did it right. So 1 should be Changsti. Changsti first. 2 should be Noshak, or Noshak so there's my Noshak. 3 should be K12. K12 is third. And 4 should be Haramosh. Haramosh is fourth. So I know I did it correctly. I've shown all my work, so I'm going to go ahead and circle it. Let's try one more example. This example says the table shows the number of students that visited a local aquarium during 4 months. So remember, these are people or students that visited an aquarium. So I have January, February, March, and April, and these are how many students there were. So January, there was 2,350 people. February, there was 3,200 people. March, there was 3,195 people. And April, there were 2,037 people. My question that we're trying to figure out is which lists the months in order from least number of visits to the greatest number of visits. So I'm going from least to greatest. So just like we always do with the multiple choice question, we're going to cover it up because we're going to show all of our work before we actually choose an answer. So just like we did with the last problem, we are going to write all of these numbers out in expanded form so we're able to look at it. So I've already written them out in expanded form. So January was 2,350, so I have 2,000 plus 300 plus 50. February was 3,200, so I have 3,000 plus 200. March was 3,195, so I have 3,000 plus 100 plus 90 plus 5. And April was 2,037, so I have 2,000 plus 30 plus 7. Now, I forgot which way I'm supposed to go, so I'm going to look at my question one more time. It says, which lists the months in order from least number of visits to greatest number of visits? So I'm going from least to greatest. So I have to find the smallest one first. And you'll see on this side, I've created my spot to tell me. So I have order from least to greatest. So I'm going to look for the one that's the smallest first. So like we always do, I'm going to look at my thousands place because that's the one that's furthest to the left first. So I have 2,000, 3,000, 3,000, 2,000. Well, which one's bigger or which one's smaller? 2,000 or 3,000? Yeah, 2,000 is smaller. So I'm going to look at January and April. So I have 2,000 plus 300. Over here I have 2,000 plus 30. Well, is 30 or 300 smaller? Because remember, we're looking for the smallest one. 30 or 300? That's right. 30 is smaller than 300. So that means that April is the smallest month. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 there because that means it's the smallest one. Now I'm going to look at these 3 months to figure out which one is the next smallest. So I have 2,000, 3,000, 3,000. Well, which one's smaller? 2,000 or 3,000? That's right. 2,000 is smaller. So since it's smaller, I'm going to go ahead and put a 2 over here. Now I'm just looking at these two. So then I have February and March. Well, I have 3,000, 3,000. Well, you know what? They're the same. That doesn't help me. So I'm going to keep going. I have 200 and 100. Well, which one's smaller? 200 or 100? That's right. 100 is smaller. So since 100 is smaller than 200, that means that March is going to be third. And since 200 is bigger than 100, that means that February is going to be fourth. So I'm going to look at my answer choices now. And I'm going to find the one that starts with April. So let's go ahead and look at our answer choices. So I'm looking for the one that starts with April. If it doesn't start with April, I'm going to get rid of it. So I see that this one does not start with April, so I'm going to get rid of it. What's the other one I can get rid of? That's right, I can get rid of H. Now I have April, and after April means that I'm going to look for my next one. And I see that it has to be January. So it has to say April, and then it has to say January. Well, I already know that H is gone, but for whatever reason, my computer's not crossing it off. So we're going to keep going. So let's look. April and April. So this says March, and this says January. Well, which one did we have the 2 by? That's right. We had the 2 by January. So that means that now I can cross this one off. There it goes. Now it's wanting to work. And that means that we're just left with this one. So let's double check our work. So we said April is first. That's right. January is second. That's right. We said that March was third. That's right. And that February was fourth. That's right. So we showed all of our work, and we have the answer choice that matches it. So we're going to go ahead and circle it.